pretty sure winter's here now. You guys can see that or not, but it's 34 degrees. That's the high for today. I started out this morning at like 18 when I first came out to start the Cobra up because I wasn't sure if the battery was dead or not, because it had been a little while since I ran it, and it's been really cold lately. We had a snowstorm on Thanksgiving. Luckily my area wasn't hit really bad, so I'm taking the Cobra today down to the gas station, which is just a little ways down the road from me, to fill it up with gas and put it away for the winter. So this is the last time I'm driving the Cobra this year. It's good. And the tank's got about a quarter of a tank left, and I don't want to run back and forth with gas cans back and forth trying to fill it back up when I'm so close to the gas station near me. So I'm just going to drive it down and call it good. Now, a lot of people say that it must suck to put the vehicle up for the winter and all that stuff, and yeah, it does suck a little bit, but at least I'm not stuck driving the car in like hot, humid conditions for most of the year, which people down south get stuck with. And then it gets to be like 70 degrees and they think they're in boost weather, which makes me kind of laugh because 70 degrees is not boost weather. 34 degrees for the high today. That's boost weather. I already dumped a bottle of Stable in the gas tank. That's pretty much what I do with it for the winter. I'm going to bring it home. It's already got the Stable in it, and I'm just going to park it. I'm going to pull the battery out of it. It does have one of those Optima batteries, which a lot of people have said are not that great, but I'm going to keep running it until it dies. So far it's been fine the whole summer that I have the car out. Usually I don't pull the battery out. They're a little bit different from other ones. So I'm just going to pull it out, and I don't know if I'm going to start it up during the winter or not. I might do it every couple of weeks, just bring it out and let the car like run for quite a long time. But the other thing about that is I'm not doing it just to run the car, but also want to kind of burn some of this tank off a little bit before spring. But it's important to store these cars with a full tank of fuel. You don't want it down to half a tank or below or something like that, because then you'll end up with a lot of condensation in your tank. So you want it as full as possible, and then it will be good for the next spring when you bring it out. You won't have condensation and everything that's formed in your tank through the fluctuation of hot and cold as it transitions back into summertime and springtime. I did make it until December. I was kind of surprised that I would still be able to drive the car this late into the season, but it's December 2nd right now, the day I'm recording this, so kind of surprised I made it that long, but at the same time, the time that I have left is pretty much non-existent because we're expecting a winter mix later this week of snow and freezing rain and all kinds of crap. So the Cobra is officially done for 2024. That's one full tank of fuel later. I think my front tires are a little bit low on air too, but I'll take care of that when it's in the garage. I'm not going to bother to do that now. It's really cold today. 34 is not that warm for a high. have a rattling clamp from when I put the boiler exhaust on. I don't know if you guys can hear it on camera, but I can hear it a little bit. Actually, more than a little bit, but that's a 2025 issue to take care of. It's too damn cold to do anything out in the garage with a Cobra this time of year. The most I can hope for is, in early spring. If the weather improves a lot in March, it would be great to get the car out at that point, or at least to the point where I can go out in the garage and do the brake upgrade. Like a day like this, it's too damn cold to be out there wrenching on the car. It's just not enjoyable, it's miserable, and I still need to buy a few things for the brake upgrade. It didn't change from the last time that I mentioned it. I need to buy the SNS kit. I haven't bought that yet. But I'll piecemeal the rest of that together and any other parts that I may need. But I have the pads and the calipers and all that, so they'll pretty much that's the entire kit for the most part. I am glad that I was able to get the boilers on before it got really cold and I just didn't feel like doing it. So I got lucky in my last weekend that I had off, which was a couple weeks ago. I was able to get that system on, and I just like how it sounds so much more than what it did with the Bassani, at least, for what I want for sound out of this car. It's closer to what I want, but I still have the cats to do later on, which will be a project for next year to get done. Now, usually I don't take the battery out of my vehicles for the winter. Like I said before, this being an Optima, I'm not sure how it's going to do in really, really cold weather. So I'm just going to not take any chances and just take this battery out and keep it inside where it's warm and keep it on a charger inside. As far as next year goes, it is going to go back down to Mass at some point. I do have a coolant leak. It had a coolant leak when I brought it down before for the pumps. He fixed that, but it's also leaking somewhere else. So that's, of course, a next year problem. It's not bad. It's just it drips a little bit after I drive it, but that's something that Dan's going to fix for next season. We're in December now, so when it starts getting this cold, last thing I really want to be doing is out here doing projects on the Cobra. Much rather be inside just playing Call of Duty or something like that. If you're on PlayStation Network, let me know. Leave your PlayStation Network name down in the comments, and we can play some Call of Duty sometime. You can see just how horrible I am. Give me a chance to clean up this battery tray area as well. It's not too bad. I've seen them a lot worse, but could use some cleaning out for sure. So that'll do it. Not too much to the video. Just kind of want to give you guys one last ride in the Cobra before it was done for the year, and now we're done. I'll do some updates throughout the winter. I have some other video projects planned. I have a longer video. I'm not sure how long it's really going to be, but a more in-depth video, more so than what I usually do. That will be coming out within the next couple of weeks if I can get it all finished up. So that's the plan anyway, and it's kind of the history on the 0304 Cobra from the beginning to where it is now. So let me know down in the comments whether you have your Cobra up already, you did it earlier, or you don't have to put it up at all because you're in one of the southern states or out west where you don't really have to as much. But above all else, thanks for watching.